Who exactly is Richie McCaw? The most decorated rugby player of all time? Perhaps one of the most iconic New Zealanders of our time? That's what the film Chasing Great aims to investigate. Is this person who has achieved so much on the rugby field just as an engaging and unique off-field? I think not. I think Richie McCaw is a person who is very much a steak and potatoes type of person, and I think in Chasing Great we see exactly that. Directors Michelle Walsh and Justin Pemberton were given exclusive access to Richie McCaw in his final year as a professional rugby player and as All Blacks captain. In this time, they spend plenty of time with him, getting an idea of what exactly makes him tick when it comes to being a successful All Blacks captain. And we see that some of the early disappointments in his career, such as the 2003 World Cup and the 2007 World Cup disappointments, were a good motivator for him to go and hire mental skills coaches such as Kerry Evans and Gilbert Enoka to go and help him adapt and deal with the pressure situations as they present themselves. So what makes Chasing Great such a disappointment? Well, for a start, it draws on all the things we already knew about McCaw. We know that he's a fantastic rugby player. We know that he's an incredibly motivated person. We don't, however, know about the lesser known things about him. What's he like off the field? What are his passions? What are his interests? We see him gliding, although it could just be a casual hobby he does. He flies a helicopter, lands it in his parents' backyard. They don't seem to mind. What else about them is there to know? We've heard about this plenty of times. I found that it was very much like a documentary which you would see on 60 Minutes. It also hides some of the darker sides of McCaw's personality. In his book, The Open Side, there is a huge amount of cursing and profanity and rather unsavory things which have been said, and yet we don't see that. We don't see him giving team speeches. We don't see him providing insights into All Blacks team meetings. A lot of the things are kept very controlled and closed, and that in itself was a tremendous disappointment. But maybe it's just a fairer reflection on who exactly McCaw is as a person. Very simple, very ordinary, and the sort of person that you could have a beer with at the bar. I would give the film 2 stars out of 5. I think Michelle Walsh and Justin Pemberton did an amazing job to put together a very slick, non-linear film which highlights and weaves in McCaw's backstory with the present 2015 achievements which were going on at the time. And it all comes together nicely together with the fusion towards the Rugby World Cup and that singular goal. Unfortunately, the subject under discussion, McCaw, is just not the type of person who you could make a 102-minute documentary film out of. And for that reason, it feels laboured, lethargic, and a bit boring.